Was caught in the crossfire. Was caught in the crossfire.
Hey guys, Joe Diesel here from the Tile Setter's Corner. So I'm way to go get some plywood here. Some 2x4s, get my desk going. Anyway, the reason why I'm doing this and why I made the Tile Setter's Corner available to everybody, the general public, do-it-yourselfers, and tile setters, is because, you know, I'm just like, over the years, I've just been getting fed up hearing of what's everybody's using for applications. And you know, a lot of times, this is the way I see it, is I don't blame it on the people that are doing things the wrong way. I blame it the way they were taught. And you know, a lot of people think that they're doing it the wrong or the right way, but they're not, is because they weren't taught the proper way themselves. Myself, as a red seal tile setter, I was taught by a red seal tile setter, went and did some schooling, and I went and took my course and I got my red seal. But I've always kept updated on applications, you know, exterior, interior. And what I really get frustrated on is with exterior applications, you know, it's very, very touchy subject, I guess, because there's a lot of problems that happen with exterior applications. And the main reason why is the improper mortar being used. And I want to stay on this subject because I want to explain what I mean by mortars. You know, I even talk to tile setters. I hear tile setters saying, oh, it doesn't matter what mortar you use. Yes, it does matter what mortar you use for exterior applications. Also interior, but we're not going to go there right now. I'm just going to talk about exterior applications right now. And I want to explain about something about modified thin sets, unmodified thin sets, and we're going to go over thin sets that you would actually use outside. Now, the difference between modified and unmodified, where modified needs dampness to dry, modified, so I don't know if I said that correctly, modified needs air to dry, unmodified needs dampness to dry. So if you got, like, say, a pervious tile, say porcelain tile on, say, Curdy membrane, that there's no room for air, there's no room for breathing, moisture can't absorb through each, so it takes moisture to dry. Or if not, then it'll take a lot longer for that mortar to dry, say if you're using a full flex modified thin set. Where now, I'm going to go off to exterior again here, where now if you're going through exterior, why it's so important, especially in cold and freezing temperatures, where, you know, you got a Carabon Kerastix system, in Ardex, I believe it's 77 or 78, that you can use exterior. And what happens is, I'm going to talk more about the Kerastix because that's what I know best, is when you use the Carabon Kerastix system, you're not adding water, you're adding Kerastix. So when that dries, it doesn't allow water to absorb into the mortar once it's dried. Whereas if you use a modified thin set without Kerastix, what's going to happen is it can dry, but water can still absorb through that mortar. And now what happens is when water absorbs and then it freezes, freezing expands, and that's what happens why we get cracking and popping in tile in exterior applications, is because the wrong mortar was used. We have to use a mortar that doesn't allow moisture or water to absorb, and that's why we have to use these types of mortars. So I just want to make sure everybody's getting to the right point and understanding what I mean by modified, unmodified, and applications for exterior, where, like I said, you know, it costs a lot of money for when you do exterior applications. It's the same thing with waterproofing. You know, when you do waterproofing, you know, it's not, I would never recommend using a liquid waterproof, like say a Red Guard, Aqua Defense, HPG product. I would use a cement-based product, like a waterproofing cracked isolation membrane, which be, say, Ardex 8+9. You got, with Mapei, you got 315, Matte Plastic 315. You got Matte Plastic Smart, where you can use in pools, whatever. So, and then with the mesh that goes with it, that's also used as a crack isolation membrane. But when you use that mortar, it's not going to allow that water to absorb and it's a cement base, so when it freezes, it's not going to crack all up on you where a plastic would. And that's why I had a conversation, an argument with somebody that we're using Dietrich exterior. Yeah, if you're living down south in Florida, yeah, they say you can use Dietrich exterior, but when it comes time to freezing temperatures, and I believe it's only good for up to -10 degrees. So anything other than that, you know, like I said, if water gets absorbed into that, like I said, you're using the wrong mortar, and then you're getting water that's absorbed to this. Now it doesn't go through the plastic. Well, what's going to happen? It's going to freeze, crack that plastic area. Now you're going to have water or leak issues. Like say if it was above a roof where you have a room underneath below, like you got to really make sure you're using the right waterproofing and crack isolation membranes for not to have failures in the long run. So anyway, that's my story. I'm going to try to keep on subject with this kind of method here, because people are getting confused out there, and I believe a lot of people don't know of what's going on. So that's why I said is when dealing with exterior applications, you got to really keep in mind, especially with cold temperatures in Canada, when you're living in colder temperatures in the winter, you got to really be smart about what you really want to use for exterior applications. That's why I believe it's so important. And people out there, like especially tile setters, listen to me, put your pride in your back pocket and learn the products that you're actually working with, or you need to actually have the proper application. Even if it's interior or exterior, you have to learn the products. So with the Tile Setters Corner, this what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making videos on everything. We're going to do Sluiter systems, waterproofing, we're going to do crack isolation membranes, tools that you need, we're going to do tips and tricks on cutting. Just, you know, I'm getting tired. I believe, you know, I still take pride in what I do, but I believe I want to go into more teaching than installing. So this is what I want to do, and I want to help other tile setters out there to get on the right track. Because right now, tile setters are actually in demand, but I'd rather get them on the right track. And I believe there's a lot of other good tile setters out there, and it takes thousands of hours to get your certification. So all those tile setters out there, hey, good for you. I hope you get your certification one day, and I hope you are keeping up on the right track. Because as a tile setter, when I was learning to tile, I was always looking for courses to keep updated on, and you know, I never see these courses, and this is what I want to do. So I'm going to start doing classes, doing courses, you know, even refresher courses, and these refresher courses will be everything with mortars and waterproofing and exteriors and interior uses. So yeah, keep in touch. I hope to keep you posted. I hope you join this site. I believe I'm going to give you a lot of knowledge in tile setting. Yeah, I'm Joe Daisy with
It's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.